The time is 12 noon on this Tuesday afternoon, May 5th, 2020. It is time now for the Peter channel, Noon of the Ward, on this Tuesday afternoon, May 5th, 2020. The time is 12 noon on this Tuesday afternoon, and the temperature is not in 52 degrees. Top stories on the Peter channel, Noon of the Ward is President Trump heads to Arizona for the most extensive trip since the start of the coronavirus pandemic. Elizabeth Warren says Biden's response to terror claims were credible and convincing. Sean Hannity's message on Michigan protest show of force is dangerous, puts our police at risk. Justice Thomas asked rare round of questions during the Supreme Court oral arguments and teleconference session. Pelosi slams White House for limited coronavirus task force testimony. California coronavirus update as Governor Gavin Newsom, the motorbike state at home order this week, OC should begin to reopen. Anthony Fauci told me, don't think people realize how we're sucking it up. Massachusetts golf owners set to defy state's lockdown will reopen for business. Michigan police searching a man who knows on store clerk who said he needed a face mask. Flint police hunt suspect in a murder over a face mask. New Mexico invokes riot control law to control virus near Navajo Nation. Coronavirus threatens new Cold War between U.S. and China, and it's a dangerous dynamic. As intel shared among U.S. allies indicate virus outbreak more likely came from marketed out of Chinese lab. Former Green Beret takes responsibility for failed boat raid aimed at overthrown Venezuelan president. Countries pledge $8 billion for coronavirus spend, seems like the U.S. absent. Millions of Americans return to work as coronavirus lockdown eases. Warren Buffett and lost airline stocks, but trader sees opportunity in 3 other travel names. Wendy's pulls burgers up in menus on locations due to meat shortage. Stocks common earnings reopened as oil prices covered stock rallies, and check nails breakaway gap. Looking at the stocks. They're now up 2 from 93 at 24, 44.69, and SP 5 up 32.67 at 29, 5.41, and Nasdaq up 178.98 at 89.70. Self-isolating in the world. Acquired meteor shower to dazzle stargazers once again Tuesday night. Don't miss the last full super moon in 2020 on May 7th, and China's largest rocket takes flight with its next generation spacecraft. 15 kids in New York City hospital with mystery illness, possibly caused by disease. Coronavirus link under investigation. French hospital discusses coronavirus case with December country's possible patient zero report. UK's Office of the National Statistics say death toll is coming up by 32,000 mark worse than Europe ahead of Italy. New mutation indicates that coronavirus might be weakening, study says. A mutation in the novel coronavirus mirrors a change that occurred in genetically similar styles throughout 2003 indicated it might be weakening, researchers announced in a newly published study. Led study offered Dr. F. Limman, assistant professor at the Arizona State University Biodesign Institute team, used a new technology called next generation sequencing to rapidly read genetic code of coronavirus referred to scientists as SARS-CoV-2. That technology helps researchers determine how viruses spread and mutate in depth and over time. After 3 nasal swab samples, the researchers examined from coronavirus patients in the state. A single sample where missed a significant change in A1 and the letters were permanently deleted according to a new study published in Journal of Biology. Speaking on Venezuelan TV Monday night, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro showed videos that have captured Americans when he went by as employees at Florida-based Silver Corp. Marriott asset were sealed by 15 U.S. luxury hotels, which honors Kim Jong-un with commercial. Syrian government says 5th Israel airstrike targeted base used by Iran. Baseball fans in South Korea get the first taste of live reaction on Tuesday as the Korean baseball organization kicked off the 2020 season, bringing top arenas around the world. Carter made the selection nor Ed Inside as the chief diplomat of Washington, D.C. said U.S. government put it apart. Dartmouth. Norton again named one of the state's safest towns. Dartmouth. 3 more members of the Massachusetts congressional delegation on Monday joined U.S. Representative Joseph Kennedy III call for an independent investigation in uprising in Bristol County. Autocorrection. In a filing Tuesday with U.S. regulators, Norwegian says that its future is essentially being held captive by the virus and no sale orders for the cruise ships and port limitations. Pfizer begins testing possible COVID-19 vaccine on humans in the U.S. Peter Choljusav, 1205. Dong Schulis-Kerr, Chicory Spent from George House to Bill Belichick. Frank Gore signing an Gates reunion. Top four teams reigning in the NFL. Wiggins Sparklers drop up there, doing it. Reds no favors in offseason. And Green Baseball League begins play in empty stadiums. Okay, looking at the subway and the commuter rail. And on the commuter rail, Rockford train. 11:02 10 a.m. from Rockford is now operated 25 minutes basket between Salem and Knob Station due to late arrival train 11:01 and train traffic and New Vapor Line train 11:53. 11:30 a.m. from Knob Station operating 15:25 minutes beyond schedule between Chelsea and Newburyport due to train traffic caused by track work. And the ferries, they are looking good. Looking at highways and byways in New England, one way in the northbound south, so the Peabody stretch, 95, slow between the New Haven stretch, Bear Parkway, slower in the Denver stretch, and Mass Pike westbound slow to 45, and Westburg, 95, northbound a little slow in the Portsmouth stretch. But otherwise, looking at the northern New England. Okay, looking at the weather situation. This afternoon, sun's got about 62 degrees, off about 9-11 mile an hour, gets high, 21 mile an hour tonight. Most of the gets about 36 degrees, dropped about 3 to 6 mile an hour for Wednesday. Most sides about 60 degrees, and Waterville wind given an east band 6 miles and more for Wednesday night. Rain likely before 5 a.m. Then a chest rain and snow. Clouds got about 36 degrees east with about 5 miles an hour coming down every midnight. Chest rain to 6% for a little no circulation expected for Thursday. Chest rain and snow shot before 8 a.m. Then a rain shot likely mostly clouds got about 56 degrees and off about 5 to 7 mile an hour. Chest rain to 6% new skirt reach less than average possible for Thursday night. Chest shots fade before 8 p.m. Mostly clouds got low about 40 degrees. West about 5 to 7 mile an hour. Chest to 30%. Friday, most of that got about 59 degrees. North is about 8 miles an hour coming southwest in the afternoon. Friday night. Check the showers before 5 a.m. Then the rain like that for 5 a.m. Mostly clouds got about 30 degrees. With about 9 to 11 mile an hour. Chest to the 30% for Saturday. Rain likely between noon and 4 p.m. Putty size got about 46 low 33 degrees. And west about 10 to 18 mile an hour. Chest pages 45% Sunday. Size got about 54 degrees. West about 11 to 15 mile an hour Sunday night. Chest rain putty got about 30 degrees. West about 13 17 mile an hour. Chest page 40% for Monday. Check the shot. Putty size got about 50 degrees. The west about 79 mile an hour. Chest page is 40%. Right now, Norton, fair 55 degrees. That's giving you for the video. General News Report on this May 5th, 2020 on a Tuesday. People, you have a good afternoon, guys. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. We'll see you at 5 o'clock for a 5 o'clock report.